power, you know, and I guess leadership is being able to find ways that connect people as much as possible and divide people as little as possible. And also thinking, what's the bottom line? You know, what's my boundary that guides me at some point to say to somebody, yes, you've got your opinion, but your opinion is not something that we want to act on here.
Yes.
And you know, it's somehow being ready to think, I guess if I were in your shoes, I'd be thinking, what's the statement that I'm going to make? You know, or we as a conference committee are going to make very clearly about we want to look at this together rather than look at who's to blame, or, you know, is Brexit worse than this, or is, you know, it's trying to avoid that competitive dynamic, I guess.
Very much. So that's as I see, the responsibility of the group leader who has the power to intervene in a way, what you mentioned, that the less diversity and the more agreement is on the field. So that's the power. If a group leader has a power, when he intervenes, then sure that these two are in front of the eye. Less diversity and more agreement, or
yes,
similarity, or I don't know how to say. Maybe similarity is not a good word, but so stay with the same communication level.
Yes, well, in a way, it's the parallel process to Brexit. That's how I see it. You know, it's the same thing to think, whatever happens with Brexit, you know, there's trying to remember that we're much more connected as people than we are by our nationality. And there's something about trying to remember that. And then I think, so how far is any of us prepared to, you know, that's where the question of evil comes up. How far is any of us prepared to allow the other self-expression before we think what you're doing is wrong? And that's a very difficult question. A question we don't often look at in Gestalt. You know, we have this idea that things will unfold and it's all going to be for the good, and, you know, but it means that misuse and abuse of power is not something that we've dealt with probably well as a community. You know, and I guess I would say that the relational turn in Gestalt, one of the ways of thinking about it was that it's a way of trying to manage power dynamics within a situation. You know, the elevation of the other, in a way, is a corrective to the oppression and dominance of the other. But of course, the risk becomes sacrifice of the self. And that's not good either.